What's up, guys? Big Ape 93 here today to bring you my Dragon Ball Super Episode 57 review, and boy oh boy have we come a long way from the Episode 5 disaster. Before we get too far into this, if you know somebody that is still not watching Super, either because the dub isn't out yet or they hated it because of the first two arcs, make sure you tell them to watch, because this is the stuff we've been waiting for. The episode picks up right where we left off last week, with Zamasu coming down from the heavens, and Goku comments immediately that Black and Zamasu are allies, but they say they are not. They're just kind of working together. After which, we switch to a scene with Trunks and Vegeta, and they're both commenting on the situation while Vegeta is grabbing his injuries that he sustained last week from Black stabbing him. We flip back over to Goku and Zamasu, and he's giving his regular spiel about how humans are unneeded. And that's what Zamasu does. This guy pops up, and every time he pops up, he talks about humans this and humans that. And for those of you that don't know, he is actually just referring to non-gods or mortals. And that's what he does. But I was joking around with some friends, and we were talking about this after the episode, and we were thinking, why don't someone just take him to Namek? There's a good example of humanoid figures that do great things and respect the gods. But as for the next part of the episode goes, Goku and Zamasu begin to fight, and right at the beginning when they first meet blows, Goku notes that there's something different from the last time he fought him. So Goku and Zamasu are just fighting, flying back and forth. It's pretty good action. It's like the stuff reminiscent of Z, and it's the closest we've came to it in a while. So they're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden Black attacks Goku from behind, and then it becomes a three-way match. And then we get a little bit in the conversation between Black and Zamasu says Goku was supposed to be my prey, and Black says something pretty peculiar. He says this body wants him. And while we don't know for sure who Black is exactly, we can pretty much surmise that somewhere down along the line, somebody either got a copy of Goku's body or they overtook his dead body from the future. I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later, but let me know what you guys think down below. So Black and Zamasu finish up their conversation, which amounts to basically, what the hell, we'll just attack him both together. So Black and Zamasu are going in for the kill, and all of a sudden Trunks jumps in and he says, I'm gonna fight both of them too. So Black and Zamasu fire a blast, and the fighting diverges, and it becomes Goku versus Black and Trunks versus Zamasu. So Black and Goku are going at it, and Black charges up the final blow against Goku, to which Goku dodges with the instant transmission, and to our surprise and Goku's surprise, we learn that Black can also do the instant transmission. And on the other side, we have Trunks versus Zamasu, which is going down fairly evenly, with Zamasu having a slight edge. So Trunks counters one of his attacks and charges him with his sword, which he actually manages to stab Zamasu, and the tension's pretty high here. So the tension is really high here. He stabs Zamasu, so the arc should be over, right? Zamasu is dead? Well, not exactly. Come to find out, Zamasu says he has an immortal body now. So if that wasn't cool enough, this next sequence that happens is just reason enough to watch the episode if you haven't. Zamasu gives his regular spiel to Trunks, and Trunks has had enough of it, so he unleashes this really 1-2 combo. He's taking out Zamasu, he kicks him, and he flies back, and all of a sudden Trunks unleashes a final flash. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that whole little scene right there, for however 30 seconds or the minute it lasted, was probably one of the best scenes I've seen out of Super. So Trunks stabs him, and that wasn't enough, right? So surely the final flash would have did something. No, he just no-sells it like nothing. So after this, Goku flies in, and he says your attacks aren't working on him, to which Trunks confirms. And Zamasu tells them it's time for their retribution, as they are the ones that dared to challenge the gods, as we see in the corner, and we hear Black start to charge up a Kamehameha wave, and he's actually saying it this time. And just as Trunks and Goku are about to dodge it and get out of the way, Zamasu grabs both of them in a headlock, and it's like basically they're going with him. But as you know, he has an immortal body, so it don't really faze him that much. So both Goku and Trunks are out of commission as they're both on the ground and they're barely moving, and Black and Zamasu go up to the air and they tell them, let's just end this right now, as they charge up a giant, like, death ball type of attack. So they're getting ready to throw this giant blast and it's going to wipe out everything, and all of a sudden this blast comes from out of nowhere and it catches them both off guard and the energy just explodes. So at first they're both shocked, and Zamasu says, who was that? As we see Vegeta collapsing as he had fired a blast in his Super Saiyan Blue state. And Black, taunting Vegeta more, he's just like, oh, it was just Vegeta, to think that he had that much power left. So as the smoke clears, Goku and Trunks are both missing as Black and Zamasu wonders where they are, but they diverge their attention to Vegeta for now. So, as they're about to put the finishing blow on Vegeta, the members of the Resistance, led by Mai, fire a canister of gas over there next to all three of them, which seemingly it affects them for some reason. That really made no sense to me. For those of you that are wondering about Goku and Trunks, we cut back to them and they're being dragged away by someone. So who jumped in and got them? Well, none other than Yajirobe. So they're being dragged along, and Goku goes, oh, Yajirobe, it's you. And Trunks says, what about Father? And to which Yajirobe says, I could only get two of you, not to worry about him. So they get to the stopping point, and I guess Yajirobe's tired of dragging them, and then all of a sudden Mai pops up, and she has Vegeta. So Mai reaches into Trunks' pocket and pulls out the time machine from the capsule, and they basically tell them they need to go back because Vegeta's too hurt to fight right now. So they're trying to charge up the time machine, and Black and Zamasu are searching really hard to find the key of all three of them, and it seems like they have a lot of trouble with this. We noticed that Black had some trouble with this before when he was trying to find Trunks when he came back the first time. So the time machine is charging up, and just as it's about to fly back into the past, they teleport over because they found them, and as soon as they get there, it teleports to the past. Black seems rather upset about this, but Zamasu says not to worry about it because they'll be back sooner or later. So the time machine pops back up at Capsule Corp in the present timeline, and Trunks and Bulma and everybody run over there, and they're shocked to see Vegeta and all of them just laid out, halfway dead. So, we flash over to the present-day counterpart, Zamasu, which, for those of you that were curious about that, it seems now that we have clarification that the Zamasu in the future is the future timeline version. Because a lot of people were speculating that we didn't know if it was the present version that it just went to the future, or if it was the future counterpart. So we flash to their planet, and Zamasu's master is watching this old type of like tube television, you know, that we had before all the HD stuff. And he's watching the Universal Tournament between Universe 6 and 7. And they're watching the match between Goku and Hit, and out of everything, Zamasu notices that Goku is wrapped in a god or divine key, and this surprises him. But, lo and behold, wouldn't you notice, out of the corner of his eye, what does he notice? The Super Dragon Balls. So that's going to be a thing now. And he asks his master about them, and he tells them about them, and we cut to Zuno's planet. You remember the guy that told Bulma and Jocko about the Super Dragon Balls in the first place? So we cut to there, and Zamasu is there, and he knocks out the guards, and he tells Zuno to tell him everything he knows about the Super Dragon Balls, and the episode ends. So as for the preview, it looks like somehow in the span of one episode, Zamasu is going to track down the Super Dragon Balls and summon the dragon and wish for immortality. And also Goku is narrating this, and he says that Whis also told him that Zamasu asked Zuno about him as well. And Goku says, oh, so I know what he did now. So, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this episode. And as I said in the beginning, if you know someone that's still not watching, and unless they're just dead set on waiting for the dub, tell them they need to start watching now. But that's all I have for you guys today. And always, if you liked what you saw here today, make sure you like the video and subscribe for all the latest news on everything geek, anime, and wrestling. And if you want to keep up with everything else, you can like my Facebook page or you can follow me on Twitter. And as always, thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.